Welcome back to another random wheel spin challenge here in Forza Horizon 5. Let's get a car. Oh, starting off with a Lancer Evo9. That is sick. That is a great car to start off with.
Huzzah! A man of quality.
Let's get some money. 90,000 is a bit too much. Let's try and get like a normal amount of money, not something crazy. Can't really use that. No. There we go. 10 grand. We're gonna try and get just a little more, but nothing crazy. You know what? Let's do it. Screw it. Let's take 50 grand. We'll see how 50 grand works for our Evo9. All right. So for 50 grand, we can either use the whole budget, or we can kind of keep it in B class and see what we can do from there. I'm gonna have a look through these upgrades and see what we can do just to see where we can kind of get with this. Okay, I think I like where we're going. We're gonna try and make this thing A class.
Nice.
If we put slick race tires on it, full slick race tires, we can then just work on making it top of A class. I somehow have managed it. Check out that total. Somehow we managed that spot on. Here's the rest of the list in case you were curious. Let's take a look at the stats. So we've gone up almost 200 horsepower. We've gained a little bit of weight, no biggie, and we've gotten better tires, so the lateral G's are going to be better. This thing should be nasty if tuned correctly. And what better paint job to get than the Tokyo Drift livery? It's not exactly, obviously, because somebody doesn't know how to mirror stuff, apparently. But the driver's side looks good. Yeah, I really hate this. Learn to mirror words, at least. You can, there's a mirror button, I'm pretty sure. This part, I don't know about that, but either way, I hate this so much. All right, let me walk you through this tune. I always run lower tire pressures because the faster you go and the hotter the tires get, they build pressure, so you get different, the grip changes once the tires are hot. So these will be probably 5 or 6 PSI higher than that. That's why I keep them a little low. They actually could go up to like 10 PSI higher, I think. Either way, gearing, we've got it stretched all the way out to the end of the graph. I shortened up the distance between the last 4 or 5 gears, and then I stretched everything out. So it's pretty even along the whole thing. The alignment, we left the front camber alone. We decreased the rear, hoping to make the rear end not slide so much because we have a lot of the power going to the rear tires. So hopefully it grabs harder coming out of the corners. That's the idea. The toe is a little bit more aggressive going out, so you get more, it grabs harder in the corners, and the front angle caster, same thing. Not lowering this all the way because we don't have the ability to adjust the rear one. That was what I sacrificed to make budget, but 15 should do fine there. We're going to make up for it with the springs, which are at as low as they'll go in the front, and a little bit in the back, and then we slammed it to the ground. This isn't really realistic, but this is always how I tune it. The rebound stiffness kicks out, so it rebounds hard, and then it takes bumps really nice, so it makes the car, it drives nice. You'll see. And then for aero, I crank the front up all the way because you want steering. It's great. And then the rear, I don't always crank it up all the way. That way we have some play here or there. We can adjust this a little bit. Brakes, I hardly ever touch. I'm cool with the way they are. And the differential I have set to 100 for both front and back. That way when you're accelerating, they grabs hard, and then when you're not, they spin freely. And then most of the power is going to the rear to promote oversteer instead of understeer. That is my reason for tuning everything that way. Was that boring? I hope it wasn't boring. I feel like it's good to explain why I do things the way I do things.
Boring.
I think it's time for a top speed test. Something tells me this thing's not going to be super fast in a straight line. I have high grip tires, and it's basically a high grip build. This thing's gonna handle incredibly, but the speed may not be there.
Oh, really, dude?
All right, downhill, final stretch. Let's see if we can gear this thing out. I don't think it's gonna need to go faster than 160, and it's not going to on the flat ground, but either way. 170 is all she's looking. We might have hit 171 there. I wasn't really looking at that, but this thing is 100% meant for corners, and basically corners only.
It is what it is.
Shall we showcase how bad this thing is in a drag race? Because it's going to be bad in a drag race, I can promise. Currently, these guys are set to highly skilled. I think we're still going to lose against highly skilled driving tires because this thing is not fast at all. Yeah. Okay. See you later, guys. Oh, don't give me this. This is BS. These guys should all be handily beating us. Okay, well, we smoked them all, but it's still not quick. We're gonna not, this is not included in our record of how good this car is. I don't know what to say other than that.
I need NOS. I need NOS.
I think it's time for a rivals race. Oh, this is encouraging. I just took those corners way too quick. Yeah, we're gonna do rivals A-class around the Horizon Mexico circuit, and we're gonna compare it to what is probably my most competitive class. I've done a lot of laps. You see, we're pretty near the top on this list, if I remember correctly. Not like top 1,000, but probably top 10,000 for sure. All right, let's see how this thing does. I'm thinking we might try and take this thing online today if it turns out well.
I lied.
Yeah, this thing be grippy. See us just take that corner flat? That was ridiculous. Not flat, but I didn't slide and I wasn't on the throttle or brakes or anything. It was just, anyway, this thing's very grippy. We're gonna try and keep up with this freaking bone shaker, but he's got straight line speed like nobody's business, and I do not. We're gonna, come on. I can kind of cheese these corners out a little bit, but he's gonna pull away from us. Either way, this thing is bananas grippy. Like, we can take these corners so much quicker than him. It's kind of nutty. And then he just leaves us in the dust on the way out, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. We could switch tires down and increase power, but I would then have to figure out the budget for that, and I really don't want to try and bother with that. Yeah, he just leaves us in the dust when it comes to speed. We have the corners for sure, so we may need to go do another race on a different track that has more corner. I think that would be a good idea. I'm going to do a couple more on here just to see if I can squeeze in some more time. Other than that, we will go try another track. Oh, we squeeze off like half a second. Not bad. I have another course in mind that this thing should do pretty good at. I thought maybe we should do the Bola Ocho circuit, but we don't have the horsepower to accelerate coming around here. And anyway, the circuit I decided that we're gonna do is, I'm not gonna try and pronounce it, but it's all mostly flat, and the corners on flat are good for us. I think we got a good chance at setting a good time on here. All right, this is a good sign that one of my friends is above us. That means I have not done a whole lot of laps on this track, which means we may have a good chance of setting a quick time, or a time that is quicker than my current rival. All right, here we go. Let's cut to the flying lap and see how we do. All right, seeing that my buddy is in a NSX GT, a GTR, whatever it is, I highly doubt we're going to be able to beat him, but this thing should set a rather quick time. It is very grippy, and this course promotes having grippy cars. I could definitely set a rapid time on it with my bone shaker, which I might. I kind of want to, just because. But this car, no, we're not going to be top 10,000. We'll be not bad, that's for sure. But it's definitely not got the beans to put down to get us up really high. Oh, just clipped that. That was very nearly bad. It does like to slide a little bit, which makes me think that maybe we made a Tokyo Drift car with a Tokyo Drift livery. I have an idea. We won't have to change it very much at all. Oh, that was okay. We managed to pull that out somehow. That was good. Not bad. 56? Yep, 56.2. Not bad. We're going to keep going, see if I can squeeze in a little more time. Damn, that didn't dirty our lap somehow. Yoink. Oh, my wing. Either way, we managed to set a slightly quicker time with a dirty lap, which kind of sucks, but I have an idea. We're going to try and drift this thing because I spent 50 grand on it, and it kind of is, I mean, it's grippy. Don't get me wrong. It handles great, and I like driving it, but it's not super quick. So in order to make this thing drift, we're going to need to put this rear at I can't drive. You might get that reference. Get it? I can't drive 55. Anyway.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And then the rear differential, or the differential entirely, up to 100%. That should, ideally, yeah, much better. We might be able to drift this thing. We may need to get rid of the downforce as well, just while I'm thinking about it. We're going to try it without it, though. Initiate in, nice. We're going to have to be ripping this e-brake rather often. It's not doing terribly right now. Actually, not bad at all. And, yeah, it's lacking power a little bit. I'll be honest if I can speak. It's honestly not terrible. It's definitely, oh, not great. Reverse entry, 175. And we failed it anyway. Either way. Or did we? Hello, game? There we go. 177 I have done before in a car that I didn't mean to build as a drift car. And my personal best is like 280 something thousand. That was done in a front wheel drive drift car, in case you were curious. That's hilarious. We're going to give this one more shot. However, we're gonna go into our aero and make the rear have absolutely no downforce, or as little as humanly possible. We're gonna try that again. All right, initiate again. Whip it, coming in rather quick. Oh, it's much better. Carried a little more speed in because we were going quicker, I think. Oh, it's hard to tell if that rear wing's actually helping, or I honestly can't tell if that had any effect at all. Let me be completely honest with you. A little bit of having to whip it. It's not ideal, but it's not bad. Let me, like, I've tried to drift worse. Let's put the tire pressure back to where it should be. The aero back to where it should be at 345. I usually choose memorable numbers. That way I can kind of adjust it and remember. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. And we're going to put this back to 80. I have one or two more ideas before we go. So this isn't a super short video. We're going to do something rather stupid at the end, which is not, it's not blue. It's not a blue race, if that makes sense to you. We are going to do, though, NASCAR Horizon Oval. We're going to do this solo in this car, but we're going to put the difficulty up to unbeatable, the driver tires at least, and we'll see how that goes. Difficulty, unbeatable. Sure. Shall we get smoked, friends? I think we shall. All right. Here we go. We're in 10th. We are going to be in last here before too long. Or maybe not. I thought for sure we would go straight to last. Hopefully this thing can turn well enough, either way. Hopefully we can get past these guys and it's not too crazy. This thing might just be a champion oval racer. Who knows? Oh, we're good. Nailed it. Good thing this thing has a ton of grip. So coming out of that corner, we can just kind of let off a little bit. Oh, nope. Definitely not getting first on this one, that's for sure. It's looking like 7th is about where we're gonna sit at. I don't think that's gonna change at all. Oh, we are gaining on 6th. If we can stay in his draft, we might be able to pass him in this last final lap. I'm doubting it, but we're gonna try. Oh, it's a little yep, understeer there for a second. Oversteer rather, understeer, yeah, understeer. Nose is sliding. Come on, stick left. Go for the slingshot. Nope, it was close. It was very close. However, we did not build a NASCAR. It is an Evo, and it is not, yeah. Unbeatable drive tires are very good. And for our final trick, we are gonna do the Caldera Scramble. I did try to load into online and do an online race in this thing. However, I only loaded in with one person. He was on the second race of 3 when I loaded in the first time, and then it put me in the third race of 3 the second time around, and I was like, nah, we're just not gonna bother with it. So, solo, A-class, unbeatable drivatars on race tires, might I add. Maybe we can squeeze out a W, but I'm highly doubting it. Before we start this, let me tell you, join the Discord. I want to do some co-op stuff or some racing stuff, BeamNG, whatever. Either way, I need people in there to do it, so join the Discord. Here we go. Unbeatable dirt racing. I'm on slick race tires, and this is going to be not great. I'll tell you what. Come on, car. We might not be last, but I don't know. Honestly, couldn't tell you. Oh, slideways the whole way through there. Oh, jeez. With as much power as we have going to the rear end on this thing, it's going to be a drift car for sure. I jinxed myself once again by putting a freaking Tokyo Drift livery on a car, and it turned into a drift car. What a surprise. Did the same thing with the C5 Corvette we got out of a wheel spin. Come on, car. Wall tap, no biggie. Oh, she doesn't turn. What do you mean it doesn't turn on dirt with slick race tires? Who would have guessed? We might could tune this thing a little better for this. Drop the tire pressure completely. Put the power distribution in 50-50, so it's half front, half back. That might work out, but that was not the original plan for the car. Come on, car. Yeah, I think 8th is probably going to be where we end up on this one if we don't lose a position or two. I've got to just manhandle this thing, whip it around every corner. I'm whipping the e-brake and ripping the e-brake. Man, I'm focusing on racing and losing, and I can't speak as per usual. Typical with me. Come on, car. Accelerate. It doesn't have the guts. We're losing to everybody almost. We're going to get passed by a Scubaroo here in a second. Nice sideways rip around there. Yeah, I think 8th is about all the glory we're going to get out of this one. Oh, it's my moment. We can pass the what's new Scubaroo. Come on. Nailed it. Oh, I came in way too hot for that. We do not have the tires. Back in the 8th. Real pro. Come on, I might be able to get him. We did get him. We got him. What's new, Scoobaroo is pass. So now we have another Evo and then another Scoobaroo to pass. Come on, whipping it. Nailed it. I'll take the wall tap. It didn't cancel our thing, so it's good. It's clean.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean.
We passed 2 people in the last lap somehow. I don't know how. I'm just banging the limiter there. No biggie. Don't you do it. Don't you? Okay. We kept it. I very nearly hit that wall. Either way, we accidentally built a Tokyo Drift car instead of a car that was going to be good at what I wanted it. But anyway, 50 grand does not make a great car. If we would have had a little less money and had to keep it in B class, I think this thing might have been really good. But we tried to push to A. What is the camera doing? That's weird. Anyway, yeah, Tokyo Drift Evo9. Not a bad car. This is something I would drive around free roam just because I enjoy it. If the friggin' paint job wasn't mirrored on the right side. I hate that. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure you join the Discord. I really want people to join the Discord. So join the Discord. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.